And we should be live. There we go. We're on, Quinn. We're on.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live stream. It's me, the Late Lord Haven. Today we are ranking A Song of Ice and Fire nicknames, but this is part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, it's on Quinn the GM's channel, and he's with me right now.
Yes, hello. Good to be back. Haven't
should be
been
live.
on the channel
There we
since
go.
like September, I think.
Yes, it's been too long, but we're getting back into it, so hell yeah. Yeah, this is cool. So last time, just for those who didn't catch the first one on Quinn's channel, well, you should immediately close this and check that one out. But what we did is we went through all the noble names in A Song of Ice and Fire, or all the noble characters in A Song of Ice and Fire with nicknames. We only made it through half the realms, so we have the other half to get to. And then we have like common characters and historical characters, so this is going to be a really fun, long series. But we're both pushed for time, so I think we should rapid fire this. Let's go, let's have fun. What realm should we choose next?
Well, before we get into a realm, we did miss 2 names last time.
We did, yes. Yes, we missed, we missed, well, first off, the Onion Knight in the Stormlands. Sir Davos Seaworth, because he is a noble. He's been ennobled by Stannis.
Yes. What do you think of the Onion Knight?
This is the bit where you have to dramatically copy the...
Oh, I dramatically...
I don't think it's in the list, actually.
Doing?
You gotta put the Onion Knight into the... on screen.
It is on screen.
Is it?
Yeah, top left. Is it
Can...
not there?
It's not... Wait, hold on a sec. Let's go, the Boomer Lord Haven. Oh, it is there. It is there. Oh, I see why. I see what happened. I see what happened. Okay. Yeah, no, it's all sorted. Tech issues are fine. Do not panic, people. Yes, the Onion Knight. Okay, so why is he called the Onion Knight, Quinn?
So, it's in the basis of his essentially receiving a lordship and a knighthood is that he was a smuggler who was able to provide food for King Stannis Baratheon during the Siege of Storm's End. He smuggled in onions, turnips, whatnot, and it's kind of a half-mocking, half-genuine nickname, as he does end up taking the onion as a part of his sigil. I think it's a ship with an onion sail. What do you think? Where does this deserve to be?
I know we did discuss this yesterday. Honestly, I think I've changed my mind. I'm thinking C now.
Really?
Yeah.
When we talked about it, it said B. What's made you drop?
I don't know. It's just, like, I get it. I like it. It just doesn't speak to me. Just the Onion Knight. You know, it's kind of mocking. It's kind of, you know, something to be proud of. Onion Knight, you know, it speaks to his low birth, etc., and his actions during the rebellion. But it doesn't hit hard for me. Onion Knight.
I do like that it speaks to his birth quite a bit, and I think that gives it a little more in my eyes. I still think it's more B than C.
It does feel earthy, doesn't it?
It is, and it's iconic, is the thing. Like, out of all of the nicknames that we've, like, listed so far, I think it's one of the ones that is used the most, and I think that has caused it to grow on me.
Yeah, okay, let's go B. Let's go B.
Okay. Shouldn't have made it bigger, because now it's going to be inconsistent in size with the rest. We do have one more name we forgot, from the Iron Islands. It's very important.
Huh.
Triss.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Christopher Botley. And because we're doing shorter names as well, yeah, Triss. Did it have to be that big?
I think so.
How can we fit it into S tier when it's that big?
That is true.
Okay,
if we just do like that.
Goes without saying. This is E tier. Like, it's not an
I would agree. It's Joff tier.
Yeah, it's Triss. His name's Christopher. Shorten it to Triss. That makes sense. That's not irrational. There we go. If we make any mistakes, guys, if we accidentally skip over nicknames, characters, let us know in the chat. Oh, and before we officially get on with the new realms, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this stuff. Subscribe to Quinn the GM. If you want to send in a question or a theory or a nickname or anything, feel free to send it in via Super Chat. Or you can go into the description for this video and click on the Streamlabs link, and that means that you can send in a question in the form of a donation. And unlike the YouTube Super Chat, a Streamlabs donation 100% goes to me. YouTube doesn't take a big cut of it, so it's completely up to you. It's the thing that Alt-Shift-X uses. But moving on.
Very fancy. I do not use it because I am technologically illiterate.
I mean, so am I just pretend not to be. What region should we do?
Up to you, your stream. We've got, let's go through what we have left. We have the Reach, the Riverlands, the Vale, the North, and Essos.
Let's go Vale. Let's go Vale.
Okay, short and sweet first. Speaking of, our first nickname on the docket, Sweet Robin. So,
Sweet
for those who
Robin.
don't know, this is much more of a nickname in the books because the show actually changed his name. They thought there were too many characters named Robert in the aftermath of Robert's Rebellion. So Robert Aaron, which is the little king or little lord's real name in the books, got changed to Robin Aaron. But in both mediums, he is still called Sweet Robin. What do you think of this?
I don't honestly. Of all the show name changes, I'm fine with this. I'm actually
Agreed.
Yeah, Robin Aaron is not egregious at all. That's quite a clever little way to not confuse audiences by having a King Robert and then a Lord Robert and then a Rob. You know what I'm saying? I think Sweet Robin is fine. Sweet Robin is, you know, he's a little boy. It's a cute little nickname. The word sweet, because of the character he is, it makes me think of. It feels sickly to me. You know, it evokes a kind of like sickly sweet Robin.
Yeah, I mean the drug he's taking or being given by Littlefinger is Sweet Sleep. No,
Yes, it is.
I think I don't remember. Yeah, I like it. I think it's evocative. I think it's probably in B tier for me.
It's honestly, the more I look at it, the less it looks like an actual word. Like, I've always just, oh yeah, his name's Sweet Robin. But the more I look at it, I'm like, oh, his name's Sweet Robin. That's weird. Look at the E's don't make sense to me. That's not a word. We've been doing this for too long.
Thing.
Well, what do I think about it? It's fine. It's like C for me. It's, you know.
Okay. We went with me for Onion Knights. We'll go with you for Sweet Robin.
Yeah, it's a fine. It's a cute little nickname. Yeah. It's not super deep.
Yeah.
And I like what the show did. Should we do super chats at the end, or should we do super chats as they come? I think we should do them as they come.
Agreed.
So thank you for the super chat from Sam Bishop, who says, thanks for streaming, guys. My epilepsy manifested, and you guys are a massive help to my morale while in hospital. That's awesome. I mean, not the epilepsy bit, but that I'm glad you're enjoying.
Wow.
I'm glad you're enjoying our content and that we're helping you. That's always nice. It's always nice to know that someone's like, yeah, that our content helps them sleep or helps them get through stuff. Yeah, hopefully it'll be a fun stream for you. He also says, how do you feel about the Lemoncloak is the last male Darry / bastard of House Darry theory? I haven't heard that one.
The only time I remember hearing that theory is from the Glidus April Fool's thing from however many years ago that was. I don't know if I've read the full theory on that. Have you?
No, the only theory about Lemoncloak I remembered was that he's Richard Lonmouth, which I don't think really makes sense. Him potentially being the last male Darry or bastard of Darry, it's possible. It's one of those theories where, like, it's possible. It could be true, but like, why? You know, it's like what does that do for the story? It could be cool, but I don't think the character's been set up in a way that to imply he has interesting heritage. Like, I don't know what it would add to anything. Like, nothing's been seeded. You know, nothing's been foreshadowed.
That is a thing with a lot of like secret identity theories that like there really isn't a ton of ground for. Like, it would definitely be cool, and there are elements there that could match up, especially with the name being Willem and Lem potentially being short for that. But I tend to think about like the amount of road we have left in this series. Like, if the books are finished, we've only got however much left, and I don't know how much is necessarily going to be devoted to Lemoncloak. That said, I hope you feel better soon, and yes. I hope this stream is a bit of a solace.
Yes, I hope you feel better soon. I hope you don't clip me saying, reading out your epilepsy comment and being like, wow, that's awesome, because my career is already on the brink. That would... no, I'm joking. Yeah, thanks for the super chat, Sam. Get well soon.
All right, so... Littlefinger is up next. Another couple iconic nicknames in the Vale right away.
Okay, I want to talk about Littlefinger. Okay, so honestly, hear me out. This is A or S tier for me. There are so many layers to this. Okay, so first off the bat, so okay.
It's a dick joke, I think. Is layer A.
Oh wait, okay. So the main obvious layer is he was a small. Well, he's a small guy. He's a small child. He's a small man, and he is from a strip of land called the Fingers. And so they're like, he's the little guy from the Fingers. He's Little Finger. That's like the first layer. Then you dig to layer 2, and I mean, I don't know how seriously you were saying the dick joke thing, but like, I think the implication is there.
I'm pretty serious.
Yeah, I think it's like Littlefinger could be a joke about his dick size, and he spins it as, oh, it's because I'm from the Fingers, you know, it's because I'm short. Those are like the first 2 layers. But then you go even deeper. You go even deeper. You look at it on a meta basis. Littlefinger, he has everyone wrapped around his little finger. I think that's where George got it from. I think that's the idea behind it. It's, you know, he's this innocent little guy. He's a short man, short king representation. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate inclusion of my people. And even the name itself is not... I like that it isn't a badass name. I like that it isn't villainous. It's not like, you know, it isn't something cool like the Lightning Lord, the Demon of the Trident, because he is a unassuming, you know, charming man who everyone trusts and... nobody takes super seriously, and so, oh, that's Littlefinger. He's from the Fingers. He's small. He's got a small dick, maybe, but like, he's got everyone wrapped around his little finger, right? He even Varys is like the spider, the eunuch. Like, he is kind of untrustworthy. Littlefinger's just a guy, so he has a nickname that's not just iconic and not just sounds kind of casual and small and meaningless, but has different layers. There's the geographical layer, there's the kind of innuendo layer, and then there's metatextually everyone is wrapped around his little finger. I once thought about, I was like, ooh, what other cool nicknames could you have based on idioms for schemers? And I imagine being like, you know, the phrase about someone having their thumb in every pie, getting involved in everyone's business. I was like, pie thumb.
We'll get to Wyman Manderley later.
I also thought of thumb pie, but I realized if written out, it would just sound like thumpy, and that's not very cool.
Hot pie.
Hot pie. When we get to commoners, we're going to hot pie. Don't worry.
Good.
Yeah.
You've upsold me a little bit on Littlefinger. I was ready to put it kind of B, but you bring up a good point in the Littlefinger thing, like the wrapped around Littlefinger. I'd never considered that, and I love it. And it's also definitely worth mentioning, and I'm glad you did, the kind of difference between book and show Littlefinger, because you're right that Varys has this sort of menacing aura about him at all times, whereas Littlefinger in the show and books, very different characters. In the show, Littlefinger is very actively and openly kind of schemy, kind of slimy. Nobody really likes him. But in the books, he's just everybody's friend. He's just a kind of chill guy who everybody likes.
Yeah.
So I think I was initially going for B. I think I'd probably put it in A. I don't think it's quite S.
I'm happy with A. I'm happy with A.
All right.
I will also say...
I do have a name.
Oh, I will quickly say before
ahead.
you throw that in. I will say that I do want to defend Show Littlefinger a bit, even though he's the acting is kind of cringy in the later seasons, and he's written terribly, and has a bad ending, etc., etc. And I dislike that he is, you know, unlikable schemer, obvious schemer guy, as opposed to in the books. However, book Littlefinger does kind of get retconned. In that first book, he is kind of unlikable schemer, and it's the second book onwards where suddenly he's presented as the likable, charming guy that everyone trusts. In that first book, he isn't acting like that. The first book, people are acting like he's untrustworthy. So George retconned that. So,
Yeah, you're right.
I'm a bit confused.
We do have another name.
Yes.
That I quite like, and I'm willing to admit my bias for. Oh, I uncopied it because I copied that image. Hold on. Here we go. Harry the Heir.
Ooh. Shout out to your cat.
I kind of like it. It is. I am biased because my cat is Harry the Heir. In all honesty, Harry the Heir is not his true name. He was originally my sister's cat, and he was named after Harry Styles. So his full name is Harry Styles, but he is also Harry the Heir.
That's cute. He's the heir to the Quinn and GM channel.
Of course, that is legally binding. So if I am ever killed, you know who to blame. But I like it. I like the alliteration. And I think I got called on that in my comments on my stream as well. When I say alliteration, I'm okay with not counting like a the or an in the middle, right?
Yeah. And alliteration doesn't even have to be how it comes across verbally. You know, like Harry the Heir. Like it's still alliteration. Like for me, in terms of how it looks on page. What do you think? What do you think about Harry the Heir?
I think it's good. I think it's very catchy. I think, and I think it pretty succinctly summarizes like the obvious role he is going to play in the Vale, right?
Yes, yeah, it's succinct, it's simple, nice alliteration. It basically explains who he is as a person. Is Harry the Heir? He's the heir to the Vale. That's who he is. It's yeah.
It's also like I think it's worth saying that like I feel like at least in like fan spaces or as far as I've ever gone, I very rarely refer to him as Harold Harding. It's always just Harry the Heir, and I think that's worth something.
Yeah, it is very memorable for how simple it is, or maybe because it's so simple. Harry the Heir.
I think probably I'm leaning A or B or A.
A is wild. A for Harry the Heir? No.
Honestly, think it deserves it.
My head's saying C.
C? Roderick, you just said all this positive stuff. Why is it C?
Roderick the Reader, Harry the Heir, you know. B. I'm willing to compromise with B.
Okay, B. That's fine.
I did say all that positive stuff. I will turn on a dime. Do not trust me.
Okay, Harry the Heir. What do we got next? Oh, I don't remember him ever being called this, but he's also called the Young Falcon.
Oh, yes. He is called the Young Falcon, apparently. Let me actually double check that. Make sure I'm not completely bullshitting. In, Feast for Crows, Elaine 2, he's referred to. Oh, wait, yeah. Did I include all 3 nicknames for him?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is from, the third one is from the Winds of Winter even, but I'm not going to reference that yet. Okay, yes. The Young
Falcon.
That's cool. I mean, considering how creative and fun and badass a lot of these names are, Young Falcon is like, it's kind of tame. It's kind of...
Yeah, Falcon is such a cool word. I feel like young just kind of does nothing for it, though. Like I feel like 80% of adjectives combined with Falcon create like an incredible name, but young is not one of them.
I mean, it's a nice contrast to John Arryn, right? You've got John Arryn, this really ancient guy. He died, and then the Young Falcon. He's described as looking like John Arryn when he was younger. But yeah, no, I know what you mean. It's not. It's fine. It's like a C for me.
I was thinking C or D.
I think it's slightly higher than D. Like, if it was just like...
Do we think it's the same tier as Sweet Robin, though?
I mean, it's certainly the same tier as Boros the Belly. That's for sure.
That was in there.
Yeah, no, it's slightly more than, like, the Red Crab, because, if it was the Blue Falcon, maybe it would be down there, but, like, it's not too bad.
Like F-Zero stuff?
Oh, what's this new one?
This is from the Winds of Winter, when we actually meet Harry the Heir for the first time in the Elaine sample chapter. He's a dick, and nobody likes him. Or I guess people like him, because they have to, but Sansa doesn't like him.
Who calls him Harry the Arse? Is it Miranda Royce?
I would be willing to put money on it being Miranda. I am checking now.
It is almost definitely Miranda Royce. Or Sansa thinks it to herself, maybe.
No, actually, it was... Wait. It was Lothar Brune, actually.
Oh.
Didn't know Lothar Brune had that in him.
I did not recognize his game. I apologize. All right.
Yeah.
Actually, could you say this nickname? Because I want to hear your American accent say this.
Harry the Arse.
Let's go. Harry the Arse.
What's the? Because it sounds like ass when you guys say it, right?
No, it's arse. We don't.
That
say
sounds
arse.
like ass.
Ridiculous. Oh, do you want a fun fact, by the way?
I would love one.
So the word arse is only used in A Storm of Swords onwards, from what I remember. Because when I
think I remember reading that, or maybe you told me that.
I think I may have said, because when I first read the books, it was amazing. But the only thing that kind of took me out of it a bit, other than Tyrion, doing somersaults, was ass being used to insult people, or referring to people's ass, like shove that dagger up your ass and you're an ass. And I was like, no one says that. No one says that. It does, in a kind of medieval world that's very England inspired, that doesn't sound right. But then Storm onwards, he stops saying ass and he starts saying arse, and ass vanishes, which is interesting.
Somebody told him that in 1999, and
Yes,
he changed
someone,
it.
which is interesting because he gets other sort of other kind
Because
of
these should be American accents, not British accents, because he's American.
Dothrakai.
Yeah. Oh
But
god.
no, but there are some things he gets right, or there are nuances to the certain parts of the English language and different accents that like he's captured that you'd think other American authors wouldn't. So, for example, a lot of characters in the North, they say t'other, right? They will be like this way or t'other way, which is a shortened version of the other. It's T apostrophe and then other.
Yeah.
So he went to the lake. You know what I mean? That's what Northerners do in England. Some Northerners will say t'other to mean the other. And I was like, oh, when I first read that, I was like, okay, it's cool that he's like included that very English way of speaking, and yet he has ass instead of arse. But yes, long story short, Harry the arse. That's just kind of funny to me. Harry the air turning into Harry the arse. Like, it's only funny.
I like that. I like the play on it.
It's only funny because Harry the air is his nickname. Like, in a vacuum,
Yes.
it would just be calling him an art. But as a play on Harry the Air, I think maybe like B tier.
And I like the context as well. Like, I think he's made Sansa cry and she runs away, and that's what Lothar Brune says.
Man, Lothor's cool.
Harry the air, Harry the arse, I say. He's just some up-jumped squire.
Lothor's a Chad. What? I like that guy.
He's not the one that I'm getting my Vale people mixed up. He's not like bad, is he?
I mean, he's basically like one of Littlefinger's guards, like guard captains. He's on his payroll, but like he's nice to Sansa, and like when I think Marillion tries to force himself on Sansa drunkenly, it's Lothar Brune who like shoves him off, and he's like, jog on. You know, like, Lothar's a nice guy. He's nice to Sansa. He also has a crush on Elaine Stone, I think.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And he's called Lothar Apple Eater, but oh wait,
Lynn Corbray is the guy I was thinking.
You're thinking of Lynn,
who Littlefinger refers to as like paying him in boys, which is concerning.
I just realized Lothar Brune, House Brune is from the Crownlands, and his nickname is Apple Eater. We didn't include him.
Okay, we'll do that. Do you want to do this one first?
Let's do this one first. Oh, you agreed with Beta. Yeah, no, let's go through the Vale names first, then we'll do Brune at the end, because technically he's currently in the Vale, right? So we can do that. Okay. So, Bronze Yon. So this is Lord Yon Royce, and he's called Bronze Yon because he wears bronze armor, the ancestral ceremonial armor of House Royce. It's bronze, it's inscribed with runes. Bronze Yon, it's got a nice little rhyme to it. It's kind of badass.
I gotta say, this might be A tier for me.
It's kind of like a cooler way.
It just sounds so good.
It's cooler than like calling someone Iron. You know, like if there's like a character who's like, you know, Iron.
There is Iron Emmett.
Yes, Iron Emmett. Bronze Yon goes harder just because calling someone Iron or Steel is almost a bit generic, but because bronze echoes back to, you know, the first men and their bronze weaponry and bronze armor. Bronze Yon. It's powerful. It's powerful. Like it makes you think of this big hulking man. Ooh.
He's referred to exceptionally early on in the series. Like I think in the prologue chapter even, because Waymar's north of the wall.
Does Waymar specifically mention Bronze Yon in the first?
No, I think it's Will thinking about him being the son of Bronze Yon.
I see. What do you think?
If memory serves.
What do you think?
I would say A.
I'm happy to go A. Bronze Yon does, yeah. Someone in the chat just said, Lord Bronze Yon just sounds like you're getting punched. Yeah, it does. It sounds like a mailed gauntlet is punch you in the face. Bronze Yon Royce. Ooh, A tier. Let's go, A tier.
Yeah. I was wrong about it appearing in the prologue. The first reference is in Tyrion 3, where he is called Yon Royce's son.
Ah.
Yeah. My bad. And then one more Vale name, which is, I think, even more inspiring. Let's see. Bronze Yon.
Put that boy in.
A.
I made the list, but I don't remember the names, so this is actually kind of fun. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So
It's a red crab tier, right?
Isn't this remarkable that half the people in Renly's Kingsguard were given.
How many do we have left?
I think that's all of them. I think that's all of them.
Is it?
Was Renly like, okay, what's your first name? Because the first letter of your first name needs to correspond with the first letter of the color of the cloak you're wearing. That sounds like that sounds like a Renly move.
Bryce.
He's like, Robot, you're getting red. Screw it. I don't care. I know you like orange. You're getting red. It needs to alliterate. Yeah, Robar the red. So he's in Renly's Kingsguard. He has a red cloak. He's Robar Royce the red. Yeah, he can go with Red Ralph. That makes sense. And Red Crab.
Also the Red Crab.
This is red tier. Let's be honest. So Robar Royce. It's funny when you think about the you have Bronze Yon and then his second son Robar the Red, and then his third son Waymar joins the Nice Watch. Waymar the Black. That's not his nickname, but it should be.
Very colorful.
A colourful family. I just realised we have missed out a Royce, Miranda Royce. She technically has a nickname.
Oh, it's Randa?
Randa, yeah. Okay, Randa. How do we feel about Randa as a nickname for Miranda?
S tier.
Randa. Honestly, it's above E tier because it's actually kind of a big. Hold on. So Joffrey is Joff. That's boring. But
we do have Dany in D tier.
Yeah, I think it's D. I think it's more interesting than Joff and Triss. It's like Randa.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you wouldn't think of that as like the first shortening of Miranda.
And she's Randy Randa. There's like a bit of a thing going on there.
Yeah.
Shout out Miranda. He's a cool character.
Is Gatehouse Amy on here?
Oh, you better believe every single nicknamed Frey is on here. Get ready for when we reach. We need... Okay, so
is Apple Eater hyphenated?
Yes, I believe it is. So Lothal Brune, he's called Apple Eater, if you remember, because during the Battle of the Blackwater, this is before he moves to the Vale. This is where he's still in King's Landing on Littlefinger's payroll. During the Battle of the Blackwater, he kills 2 members of House Fossaway and captures another member of House Fossaway. And the sigil of House Fossaway is an apple. So they call him the Apple Eater. And for his when he's knighted, he takes his personal sigil as like a 3 apple cores.
I kind of like it.
That's kind of cool. He's a cool character.
The name itself isn't too inspiring. I wouldn't probably put it higher than C or D, but I like the backstory.
Yeah, no, the name isn't just lame. It like doesn't come off the tongue well. Like Apple Eater is awkward to say. It crumbles out your mouth like a rotten apple core. However, the lore is good, so I'd say C, just for the lore.
I would agree, C.
Yeah.
I like how much Martin likes to talk about the Fossaways.
Yes, I love. It's so simple, but I love the idea that there's a house with a red apple as its sigil, and they have a cadet branch, which is a green apple. That shit is so fun to me. I know that's nerdy. I know that's, but like, I love that shit.
Okay. You picked the Vale.
Yes. Would you like to pick the next one, or should the chat pick the next one?
I can pick.
Okay.
Let's go Riverlands.
Okay. Oh, this will be okay.
You're starting with what I think is an easy S tier, but I am open to hearing an opinion on Lady Stoneheart.
Okay. Lady Stoneheart.
S.
I don't know how it can't be S.
It's immediately iconic, and it's so evocative for the character.
Yeah, Stoneheart is just, yeah, it sounds scary. It completely describes her character. Cold Stoneheart. It's one of those really cool sounding fantasy names that like isn't silly and it's not trying too hard, but it feels fresh, it's Lady Stoneheart. Yeah, that's S tier. I agree.
It's unique, but it's also like instantly recognizable and iconic.
And what's less recognizable, because it's not used as much as Lady Stoneheart, is the next nickname you have up, Mother Merciless, which is also about Lady Stoneheart. But it also...
It's a banger. I don't know if it's as much of a banger.
It is a banger. It also slaps. I actually really like Mother Merciless. I almost feel like if... I wonder if we're saying it's not as good just because it's not the one that's used as often. Let's say that Lady Stoneheart as a nickname doesn't exist, and Catelyn is resurrected and only referred to as Mother Merciless.
I think, what might be shading my perspective?
What?
I think I like the next nickname more than Mother Merciless.
Ah, I mean, I'm not gonna
I'll
lie.
throw them both up here since they're both the same character. But
Yeah. Yes,
Mother. Oh no, I lost it. There we go.
the Hangwoman. Oh, all her nicknames go hard. Holy shit.
They do.
Okay,
I think Stoneheart is the only S tier of her nicknames.
I honestly, just in terms of how evocative they are, I would put both of these in A.
I would agree.
Mother Merciless and the Hangwoman. Because
Oh,
the
what a
Hangman,
band.
the Hangman is a cool name, but it wouldn't hit as hard as Hangwoman because there's only one. Hangman could be anyone.
Yeah.
There's only one Hangwoman. There we go.
Wow.
Ooh.
Catelyn coming out the gate. Oh, honestly, we got some. Okay. I was looking down the list. The next one I quite like. The one after it, I find hilarious and also kind of love.
Okay.
What do you think of the Blackfish?
Talk to me about the Blackfish.
So I like the name origin, which is like he's the black sheep of the family. He's the black fish. That's pretty neat. I'm also biased because I really like the armor in the show with like the black scale armor that they give him. Yeah, I think it's pretty iconic, which I rate pretty highly. What do you think?
Yeah, it's iconic. It's really fun. The black sheep, the blackfish of the family. It kind of speaks to his kind of, he's the grizzled uncle, bit of an outsider. I really like it. I don't think it quite reaches S or A tier territory, but like maybe B tier, Blackfish.
I was thinking A, but I could do B, I think.
Yeah.
I am going to step away for 1 second here. If you want to, do you want to do the next one on your own, or do you want to just talk to the chat?
I could talk about the next one. I won't rank it, but if you don't mind copy pasting it.
I'm gonna actually skip one because the next one I want to do too. But
what have we got?
You got the Bastard of Bracken.
Okay, so again, a lot of the bastards have nicknames, and it's usually the bastard of, and then either the castle they're from or the house that they belong to. So, for example, the Bastard of Nightsong is the House Karen bastard. We put that S tier because Bastard of Nightsong just goes really hard. What other bastards have we put? We've also had bum. What other ones? We've had more than one. Am I missing it? I can't quite see it. But, it's like the bastard of this, the bastard of that. Bastard of Bracken is interesting because the seat of House Bracken is Stonehenge, but his name isn't the Bastard of Stonehenge, it's Bastard of Bracken because George likes alliteration. So, like, for me, that goes very hard. I really like that. Like, Bracken is already a cool name, but, like, the Bastard of Bracken sounds really powerful. I think specifically referencing the bastard son of Lord Jonas Bracken. Yes, thank you, God's Grace. Thank you, Luke, in the chat. The Bastard of God's Grace sounds cool. Bastard of Nightsong sounds cool. Bastard of Bracken, the powerful, punchy alliteration. For me, that's high. I'm not going to go S tier because it's not quite on the same level as the mystique of something like the Bastard of Nightsong. But yeah, that's good. I also noticed in the chat earlier, someone mentioned that we haven't mentioned... we haven't got Bonifer Hasty up here. So House Hasty is from the Stormlands, although the character's currently in the Riverlands, so we can add him to the Riverlands, because we'll don't worry, we'll do Bonifer, what's his nickname? Bonifer the Good or something? Yeah, I don't think that's going to rank very highly, but... Is the Bastard of Bracken currently dead? I think he might be dead already. He may have died in the War of the Five Kings. I can't remember. But me personally, I would put this... Ooh, let's have a look. The Bastard of Bracken. Maybe B tier.
I'm thinking maybe C.
I'm going B. The alliteration and the punchiness of it. The Bastard of Bracken. And the Brackens are known for being the more burly and insert anything beginning with a B. Like, I'm thinking B. B for Bracken. Bastard Bracken in B.
Okay. I can accept this. The one that I skipped and had wanted to come back to is, I think, far better. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Or Ronald the Bad.
Let's go. Okay, so there's some...
I'm going to put it here for now.
There's some lore behind this. There's some lore. So this is from House Vance, right? There are two House of Answers. I forgot if this is Atranta or Wayfarer's Rest, but it's one of the House of Answers, and the Sons of the Lord have names that are meant to be direct references to an author that George is a fan of, Charles Vance, and it's a reference to characters written by that author. So I believe there's a character called Ronald the Bad. Let me look this up. Actually, I'm just kind of rambling when I could just use the internet.
Bad Ronald by Jack Vance.
Is that a book? Oh, yes. Yeah, it's a reference to a book. Okay. So, we know nothing about him in the book. In CK3 A Game of Thrones, he's just given all the negative traits, like, callous, lustful, etc. Because they just make him a villain. Ronald the Bad, it's a cute reference. It's a cute literary reference, but it's really stupid. It's like, it's arguably F tier.
I think it probably is F tier.
I mean, Ronald the Bad. Like, I don't think the literary reference will save it. Like, I think F tier needs some bangers. So we've got the Greybeard, Bryce the Orange, and Ronald the Bad.
Now that I'm looking at it, the Greybeard might be E.
I agree with you. The Greybeard doesn't belong there. I think Bryce the Orange and Ronald the Bad.
We're putting a team together. Okay.
We're putting a team together. Okay, yeah.
Next up is one that I assume is near and dear to your heart.
We've made it onto House Frey.
Lord Frey.
We've made it. Oh, before we move on to this, I do want to say, I was shocked that the Blackfish is the only Tully nickname.
Well, Stoneheart has a bunch.
Oh, yeah, I guess. I don't always see Stoneheart as Catelyn, if you know what I mean. They're almost separate characters to me. But
that's not unfair.
But like Edmure, I thought Edmure's nickname was the Floppy Fish because of the singer Thomas Seven Streams, but apparently that was never like an official nickname. He just sang a song about him having a floppy fish.
We have a super chat on something very important that we might need to address first.
Okay. Oh yes, let me read it out. Okay. Thank you for the super chat from Spellis the Dragon Boy, who says, "You guys forged John Connington's iconic nickname." The Dancing Griffin's Hand from Jamie... Oh, you guys forgot, I think. You missed that last two letters. You guys forgot John Connington's iconic nickname, the Dancing Griffin's Hand from Jamie Chapter 11.
He is correct.
Dancing Griffin's Hand?
Yes, in Jamie's recollection, he is called the Dancing Griffin's Hand. Just as like one of the hands of Aerys the King.
Oh, I see. Because there was like, oh yes, because he says, there's the hand.
The Horn of Plenty hand is another one.
Merryweather. There was like one about the Chalice and Dagger or something for House Chelstead. The hand, yeah. So the Dancing Griffin hand is, okay.
So that's much more important than any late Lord Frey, I think.
Should we rank Dancing Griffin hand?
Yes, S.
Dancing Griffin hand.
S? I'm hearing a lot of S.
Sorry, I was just looking that up.
I think you agree.
It is actually Dancing Griffin's hand, which I don't quite understand because it's... Oh, yeah, because it's two griffins. Yeah, sorry.
Two griffins on the sigil.
It's not apostrophe S, it's... Okay. I mean, Dancing Griffins...
I think that fits nicely.
I mean... All John Connington memes aside, Dancing Griffin's Hand is the worst collection of words I've ever had to say out loud. Dancing Griffin's Hand. There's no flow, there's no alliteration, there's no punch. Like it. That's going straight into F.
I think
there Griffin's Hand.
There. I think it could also speak to maybe Connington danced a lot at Harrenhal.
Yeah.
So we'll just leave it there for now.
That is outrageous. I can't adjust this. You're the guy with... I've got this up in presenter view. I can't edit this, everyone.
So we'll just... It's okay. We can we can circle back. But for now, I think it's...
The moment this stream ends, let's go straight into F. Are you kidding me?
It's not... Okay. I think it could go into, like, D.
Don't disrespect a Randa like that. Dancing Griffin's Hand is the clunkiest shit I've ever heard. That is F tier for me.
Better than the Horn of Plenty hand.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Horn of Plenty hand goes harder than Dancing Griffin's Hand. It's easier to
disagree.
Hold on, say it out loud. Horn of Plenty Hand. That sounds nice. That flows nice. It's
No,
dumb.
it doesn't.
The Horn of Plenty Hand. That flows. Horn of Plenty Hand. Compare that to the Dancing Griffin's Hand. Oh, F tier. That is F tier right there.
No, it's D.
It's not D. Okay,
It
well,
does not belong to be in the company of Ronald the Bad.
if you're yeah, it's worse than Ronald the Bad if you ask me.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is. I would take Ronald the Bad over the Dancing Griffin's Hand. Honestly, if you're going D, I'm going F. There's only one place you can go.
E.
It's gonna have to be E.
Okay.
If this was any other character, you'd be agreeing, because it's John Con. You're doing mental
I
gymnastics.
don't know what you're talking about.
Mental
so,
gymnastics.
Late Lord Frey, I'm thinking F.
That's okay. Now you're experiencing some brain breakage here.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're letting your biases take over. Late Lord Frey
I don't have those.
is a banger of a name. Are you kidding me? First off, the alliteration of Late Lord. Let's go. It means several things. First off, it's late because he was late to the Trident, and it's a mocking name. Like, you are late to the Trident. You are not trustworthy. You are slippery like a weasel. But also, it's kind of a joke about his age. He's an old man. Why hasn't he died yet? He's the Late Lord Frey. He's a corpse. He's a corpse resting in the twins. He has gout. He's going deaf. He's going blind. But he's still clinging on to life desperately. He's the Late Lord Frey, and soon he'll die. Late Lord Frey is iconic. That's like B or A for me.
I think A is pretty applicable.
Late Lord Haven.
I don't
now
think
that's
it's quite
S.
S.
S is Late Lord Haven. You're correct. Yeah, A tier. I love Late Lord Frey. That's so. Oh.
Who's next? Let's see.
You could tell I was getting passionate. I couldn't even string my sentences together.
We're on the Frey train now.
We are, and there aren't as many Frey nicknames as I expected, but there's a lot. Okay, so rapid fire. Blackwater Frey. He's called this for two reasons. One, he has black wiry hair, but also he's black of temper and mood. He's a dark villainous guy. It's like, it's like in Shakespeare, there's a bastard called John the Black, who's like the villainous guy. It's kind of speaks to their temperament. It's kind of old-fashioned. It's medieval. I really like it. I like Blackwater Frey. It's simple and a lot of the Freys are like a lot of the warders are named by color. Like there's red warder, there's white warder, etc. So Blackwater is like, oh, that's high. That's like A or B tier for me.
I think B.
Let's go B.
Peter Pimple, Pretire Pimple.
Pataya. Oh, Pataya. Peter Pimple. I mean, alliteration. It's a reference to the fact he has pimples. It's simple. It kind of speaks to his patheticness as a character. It's a weak, pathetic name that's just mocking his skin.
I think you're biased for the phrase that's starting to come in a little bit.
maybe a little bit. Peter Pimple is like...
That's like low C, high D.
Let's go D. I don't wanna push my luck.
This one I actually have a pretty good soft spot for.
Have you got a soft spot for the character or the nickname, though?
That's a good point. I do like Jingle Bell because it indicates that he is the stallion that mounts the world.
That is true. No. We finally agree on something.
Good.
Jingle Bell is like it's he's the jester. He has bells in his hat, and it's kind of just like a mocking name for someone who's like mentally disabled. He's Jingle Bell. He's dumb. He's the jester. He's boing boing. It's also cute though, and he's a well-meaning guy. Jingle Bell. I think it's like B. I'm thinking B actually.
I think it's like C.
I'm happy with C. Ooh.
I feel bad making fun of him.
No, he's a great guy. He deserves better. Proof that Catelyn is a psychopath.
True.
100%.
Worst character in the series? Evil?
Confirmed.
Question mark?
Confirmed.
Stefan the Sweet.
So this is interesting because we never meet Stefan the Sweet. He's the son of Walton Frey and Deanna Harding. And the only Harding we know is Harold Harding. Is apparently very good looking. Harry the Heir. And
did you hear that?
What?
But Harry just sneezed very loudly about 5 feet away from my mic.
I didn't hear a sneeze. I hope I didn't hear it through Discord, so I don't think the viewers.
I don't think the people did either. Bless you, Harry.
We're talking about him. He can tell. But it's interesting because it's like, well, if the Hardings are all universally good looking, that would explain why Walton Frey and Deanna Harding's daughter is Fairwalder Frey, because she's, attractive. So Stefan the Sweet, is that a reference to him being kind of good looking? Is it a reference to him being a nice guy? We don't know. It's alliteration. It's fine. It's like a Stefan the Sweet. That's like a C, I think.
I think so. A lot of these Frey names are just going to go kind of middle of the pack for me.
Fairwalder.
I think Late Lord Haven, and then there's one more that I like.
Fairwalder is probably also...
I'd say D. It's kind of basic.
Yeah, it is basic. Yeah, Fairwalder.
It would be E if her last name didn't start with an F too.
Yeah, no, I see you. Redwalder. So Redwalder, we don't know why he's called Redwalder, but he is the son of Emmon Frey and the only MILF, Jenna Lannister. So, and he's I believe he's a squire at Castle Rock, or a page maybe. So the implication is he's Redwalder because he's he's half Lannister and he's at Castle Rock. My personal headcanon, and I kind of included this visually with how I drew the character in my video, is that he's called it because he has red hair, which neither of his parents have, and the implication is
that he's like a bastard.
Yeah, that Jenna has been a bit unfaithful, but based on what so that makes me want to push it up a bit, but that's more of a me theory personally. So Redwalder, yeah,
I'd say more canon. I just put him in red tier.
Yeah, no, yeah, he can go in the Red Avengers. We're creating Red Crab, Red Ralph, Robar the Red, Redwalder Frey. Someone needs to make like some fan art of all of these red characters.
All of the red characters. Red Ronnet.
Let's go.
Is Red Ronnet is higher than that, isn't he?
I think he is, yeah.
I do not see him because I'm blind.
He's next to Brienne the Blue. I think the alliteration pushed him up.
We have the next Frey name, which is one of very few that I really, really like and is way cooler than it deserves to be.
Incredible name. Aegon Bloodborne.
Aegon Bloodborne.
But no one knows what it means.
No.
Because all we know about him is he is an outlaw. That's all we know.
Evocative, though.
It gets the people going. Yeah, no, the thing is, it's not even like, did his mother die in childbirth? Like, Bloodborne, right? Is it like a kind of a sad nickname about his tragic birth? No, because he's the older brother of Rhaegar Frey, and it's the same mother. So, like, why is he Bloodborne? I guess the implication is he
really likes that video game.
True. I think the implication, he could be a gamer, or it could be that he's just violent. I think that's the implication. He's just like a violent outlaw, Bloodborne. What a missed opportunity to not have Aegon Bloodborne Frey as one of the outlaws working for Lady Stoneheart or Beric Dondarrion. Did George forget?
I don't think Stoneheart would allow a Frey to work for her.
No, but it could be like a Frey who hates other Freys, who's like, I'm going to tell you the secrets of my family so we can kill more of them.
I don't know if Stoneheart is at the point to even do that. I feel like she'd just kind of kill him on sight.
Then at the very least, Beric Dondarrion. We could have have him with... Yeah, like, it feels like a waste to have an outlaw Frey and then you don't do it. I feel like George just forgot, honestly. Like...
Probably.
We need to ask him that in person. Anyway, Aegon Bloodborne Frey, I feel like it can't be super high just because we don't know about him.
I was thinking A.
No, let's go A.
How much do we know about the Bastard of Night Song?
Okay, that's a good point. That's a very good point. Yeah. Aegon Bloodborne. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, that's even like the first name works like Aegon. That's like one of my favorite Martin names, full stop. It's overused, but I mean in the modern era, not really.
It is ridiculous that Walder Frey named his third son Aenys after one of the lamest Targaryen kings.
Like the worst Targaryen king.
Like he could have gone Aegon, he could have gone Daeron, he could have done anything. He went with Aenys. Why?
I think White Walder Frey is pretty low.
Yeah, it's D tier. The alliteration makes it cute.
Yeah, alliteration saves it
maybe
from
C,
being lower.
maybe C with Stefan the Sweet, just because of the alliteration.
I don't know.
No, okay, D tier.
I like Stefan the Sweet more than I like White Walder.
We don't even know why she's called White Walder.
Albino?
Oh yeah, that's one of the options. I said that in my video. Could be albino. Could be that she wears white. Could just be like she's very blonde and it's kind of white. Maybe she finds mayonnaise spicy. I don't know. Could be all kind of things. Oh, so stupid. Okay. All right, settle down. I don't think it's quite S tier. It's not quite S tier. It's not a very witty nickname.
What's from Stannis?
But Stannis is quite witty.
That gets it some points.
It's funny. It's not that funny. It's so stupid. It's just he's a fucking idiot. Like, that's a fun nickname. That's not S tier. You can't tell me he's so stupid as S tier. That's like calling someone Lord Dumbass. You know, it's like, I guess it's kind of funny, but
great.
yeah, no, actually, now that I said it out loud, yeah.
I think I could see A.
No, it's so stupid. So stupid is like
be
C. That's like C.
I think B.
Okay, B. Let's compromise on B.
It's elegant in its simplicity. No.
I will give you that. I mean, we're talking about it.
Exactly.
Yeah. No.
I mean, we're talking about all of these. That's,
That's
not
a good
really-
point. But I brought it up in my videos before, so yeah, the fact that it sticks.
Speaking of great nicknames,
Let's go. Right. Well, this one is the ultimate meme name. This is she opens her portcullis for every passing night because she sleeps around. Gatehouse Amy. It's such a fun, dumb nickname. I like this one. I'm not gonna go crazy and say S tier, but like honestly A tier. It's a very creative one.
yeah, I think it is. It's pretty catchy, and I like the way Amy is spelled.
Yeah, me too.
Who is next? We only have 3 left, or sorry, 4 left.
Have
in
we
the Riverlands.
have we gone through all the phrase?
Nope.
No, we haven't.
You forgot
Of
an
course.
important one.
Fat Walder, the one and only. Yes, of course. Fat Walder. I mean, it's
The 4 remaining are all phrase, by the way.
oh, of course. I mean, Fat Walder is boring. The F being, you know, the alliteration with F with Fat and Frey. I swear, these last 2 live streams have been us just getting names up and being like, yes, alliteration. Yes, letters. Fat. That's like D.
I would agree with that.
Fat Walder. Oh, also, I apologize. I've forgotten their father, Merritt Frey. Merritt does actually have a nickname. It's Muttonhead. It's Merritt Muttonhead.
Muttonhead.
Yes, like Walder Frey calls him Merritt Muttonhead because he was hit on the head with a
Well,
when he was younger.
I know it's 2 T's. Is it 2 R's?
Yes, 2 T's and 2 R's. Yeah, Merritt Muttonhead. I mean, oh, it's Muttonhead, one word. It's not a dash, which I actually prefer.
I would agree.
Yeah, I like that one. It kind of speaks to how lame he is, you know.
I think B.
Yeah,
right?
B. Let's go B. Merritt Muttonhead. Just kind of a pathetic character.
Yeah.
So, Little B. This is Cersei Frey, right?
Yes.
Do you know why she's called Little B?
She's a Beesbury, yeah?
Yes, I think her father is Raymond Frey, aka the killer of Catelyn Stark, and her mother is B&E Beesbury. So she's called Little B, which is just such a cute little name. Like,
It's a really cute
come
nickname.
on, it's Cersei, the one good Cersei in Westeros, Little B.
Hey, Cersei's great.
Oh no, I'm
think
speaking
it's-
to the wrong person clearly.
I'm feeling maybe A.
Little B. Ooh.
Maybe it fits better in B.
Oh yeah. Why is there even a debate? Little B needs to be in B. Yeah,
Right.
Absolutely.
2 left. Next up is Lothar.
Oh yes. I actually really like this one.
I am biased against it.
Interesting. Okay, so I'll give my argument. So he's called Lame Lothar because he has a club foot, and lame is sort of like an old school way of referring to someone having a disability. So they might be lame in the head if they're mentally disabled, or they might be lame if they are physically disabled in some way. So he's called Lame Lothar. The alliteration is nice. The word lame is like this kind of old school medieval description. I quite like when that's thrown in, and also it undersells who he is, much like Littlefinger. Like, he is just Lame Lothar. He's friendly, he's charming, he's not much of a threat, he's harmless, but of course he's not harmless because he plans the Red Wedding, he orchestrates the Red Wedding, he's a bit of a sadist. So I actually really like this one, but
Yeah, I think I'm tend to be biased against just the word lame in general in this type of use. Given like I don't know, I had been in a wheelchair for a while and have had difficulty walking at points, and I tend to think that lame Lothar is one of Martin's worse instances of writing disabled characters, and that he is just kind of purely the stereotypical Richard III archetype, scheming, evil. I don't know. I've never been a huge fan.
I'd guess I would agree if like every disabled character was presented in the same way, but you know, one of the most obvious disabled characters is Tyrion, because he has a form of dwarfism, and you know he's an extremely complex character. He does go down a dark path.
Oh yeah, no,
for sure.
I'm not saying that I have a video on how well I think Martin tends to do this type of representation. I just think that this specific example isn't the greatest instance of that.
Yeah, although I mean, we don't know much about him. That is true. What we hear about him is we when we meet him in person, he's nice and charming, and when we hear about him from someone else, he sounds like a scumbag. So we haven't properly explored him. He's not a super deep character. I agree. I like the use of the word because it is so medieval sounding. Like it is. Mm-hmm. It's not what you say nowadays. It's not what anyone should say nowadays. But like it fits that kind of medieval world.
Yeah, I think C would probably be fitting.
C. Lame Lothar. I want to go B personally, but we can go C. Lame Lothar. He sticks in my head a lot because he's described as having like black ringlets, which male characters usually aren't described as having in Song of Ice and Fire. So I imagine him with this like big shock of black hair.
Yeah.
Is that all the Freys?
Let's see. Who's next? I believe we have one left. He's not technically a Frey, though.
Ooh. Oh, well, he's a bastard, right?
Yes.
Oh, yes. As I will find out.
Is this even a nickname?
Yeah, no, his nickname is Bastard Warder. In the same way we have Black Warder, Red Warder, Fat Warder, etc. Bastard Warder is his nickname.
Kind of basic.
Like D tier, right? Bastard Warder.
Yeah, I'm getting mixed up. In the show, they combined him with Black Walder.
Yes, they did. Yeah, they did. Yeah.
I think
no, actually, no.
D or
E? E, actually. I'm being too generous.
Yeah,
Bastard Warder is just like... There we go. Oh my god, we made it through the phrase.
Jesus. Okay, we have... What do we have left? Up to you. Reach North Essos.
Reach North Essos. Let's go with the Reach. Let's move on to the Reach next. Although before we do, quick super chat. Thank you again, Spellis the Dragon Boy, who says, I'm even more offended you've got Daenerys' famous name, Aegon the Conqueror with teats, from Tyrion in The Dance of Dragons. Yes.
I think we did discuss that briefly last stream, but decided not to rank it.
I think there are too many. She has too many nicknames. Maybe at the end we can go back to the ones we missed, but like she's got like 50. Oh man. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, and then we quickly got a super chat again. So thank you for the super chat from Kyle Loam, who says, thoughts on Dalton the Red Kraken. So we're going to be doing the historical characters in another part, because this will be like a multi-part series. Just to let you know now, Red Kraken, I really like Red Kraken. I think that that rolls off the tongue. I think very
probably
nicely.
A tier is what I'd go with.
Anything that has Kraken in it is going to be cool. Red Kraken, ooh, yeah, no, that's probably A tier. You're right, but we'll rank that another time.
It's tricky with the modern Greyjoys because like Victarion's coolest names come from his chapter titles, and he's never called those things in the actual text. Like the Iron Captain and the Iron Suitor and the Reaver.
Yeah, well, we're getting... I'm sorry, but we're getting roasted in the chat. We've got Big Warder and Little Warder.
What?
I don't know how. I'm sorry. I messed up.
Wow, fake Frey fan, proven time and time again.
Yeah, well, people will find out how much of a real fan I am soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Big Warder, Little Warder. I mean, what's that? That's like E tier, right?
No. What are you talking about? I love these guys.
No, these guys, the nicknames, Quinn, you need to separate them.
they're just fun little guys. I don't know. I like the irony.
I do.
I mean,
I do.
I will also say, having made videos on Ice and Fire generally, I mix these two up so goddamn much because Little Walder's big and Big Walder's
Yes.
little, and one of them is dead.
I mean, the reason why I say E is it's pushed up from F because of the irony. I do like that the older one is.
I was gonna say D.
D.
Pushed
No,
up from E
not
because of the irony.
I mean,
You know what? How about we compromise? How's that?
you are now just. We're not talking about the characters, goddammit. I know Big Walder is based. I know he's based. I know he's the future Lord of the Crossing under King Stannis the Just. I understand that. They both belong in E tier, and you know it. You know it.
No.
Big Walder is not a better nickname than Little Walder.
This is such a rare instance for compromise where we have two names that are effectively the same that we have differing opinions on.
Okay, I'll accept it. And I'm glad it's Big Walder who had to go higher. I do appreciate that.
I agree.
Okay, so we're finally escaping from the Riverlands. So I believe we've moved on to Mace Tyrell. Run me through these nicknames.
Yes, Lord Oaf, the Fat Flower, and Lord Pufffish. All of these are really good, and I think they might all be from Olenna.
Oh, I think they are all
Olenna. Them are from Olenna.
Let me wait. Do you want to search search of Ice and Fire? I know
Let's
Lord.
See. Yeah, I got it. I'm the guy in the chair this time.
Lord Oaf is 100% Olenna.
No, Lord Pufffish is Olenna. Fat Flower is.
That might be Cersei.
Said by it's Oberyn.
Oh, okay. I see you, Oberyn.
Yeah, I think Oberyn says it twice, which is unique. And then Lord Pufffish. Yeah, that's all. It said 3 times by Olenna in the same chapter.
3 times.
And then I think Lord Oaf, is that the other one?
Yeah, Lord Oaf. Or the Oath of Highgarden. Just Oaf. Lord Oaf.
Also Olenna.
Oh, of course, yeah. Big surprise.
Oh wait, sorry. Actually, yeah, no, that's both Olenna as well.
She loves her son. She loves her son.
I might be in the minority here, but I like Lord Pufffish more than the other two.
I'm not mad about that.
I think it's more evocative.
Lord Pufffish is so funny. So clearly a kind of like a pufferfish. He just changed it to Puffish to make it sound a bit maybe just less modern, I guess, like Puffish. But yeah, the idea that he's this like man who like when he gets angry he like expands and becomes all like bloated and jowly and like spiky and like he's not to be taken seriously almost, you know, like a paper tiger. That is quite funny. It's very evocative. It's very funny. I have a drawing of I drew Mace Tyrell as Lord Pufffish.
Yeah, I think it's an emote in my Discord too.
Oh, it's oh shit, that's cool. I would post it, but I can't do that quite right now. Maybe next time I'll do it. Lord Pufffish, that's like
S?
Honestly?
I was kidding.
No, I think it's underrated as hell. I mean,
you think Lord Pufffish should be in the same tier as Demon of the Trident?
Yes, and I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm tired of pretending, Quinn. I'm tired of pretending Lord Pufffish is not S tier.
Tell me this pen.
Tell you what?
So sell me the name.
Oh, I just did. Puffish is funny.
Oh.
He's like a pufferfish. He blows out. He expands. He's kind of like a paper tiger. He's kind of goofy. It's just kind of just like a goofy name for a goofy guy. It evokes his weight. It evokes his sort of blustering personality. Puffish. Okay, not S tier. Not S tier. Fine.
I see it A.
A. Let's go A.
And then the other two B, I think. I think Fat Flower maybe C. It's a little basic.
It is basic. Yeah, Fat Flower in C. Maybe Oberyn wasn't cooking that hard with that one actually. But Lord Oaf is B. Lord Oaf is fun.
And then we have a super chat.
Ooh, we do.
Also about Mace. I'll let you read that one.
Oh, I see. Thank you for the super chat from Chu Young Yin, who says, "What about Mace the Ace?" That's a great one. Macy Ace, of course, one of the. Oh, when we finish this series of videos, should we do like fan nicknames at the very end, like Stannis the Manis, Mace the Ace? Mace the Ace is S tier. Like,
Yes.
is there any debate? Are there any fan nicknames that aren't S tier?
I was gonna say Manus is also S tier.
Stannis the Manis, Mace the Ace, Sir Friendzone, Fedora. They're all S tier. Come on. Yeah. Thanks for.
I was partial to my own. What was it? I called Jorah something in a video like a year ago. I think it was Sir Where My Hug At.
Yeah, that's S tier too. I like that one.
Oh, the camera that rides?
Yes, the camera that rides. Yeah, that's a good one.
That might be my favorite.
That's a great one. All right, we're moving on to more Tyrells, are we? Okay.
Yes, Garland Tyrell has two. One that I always forget is the case.
Garland the Gallant and Renly's Ghost. Okay, let me pitch Garland the Gallant to you. So first off,
okay,
not only is the alliteration great, we need to stop talking about alliteration. We're getting bored. But yeah, alliteration. Also, it sounds like a classic chivalrous Reach name. Because like the Reach is like the birthplace of chivalry. That's where you got the fertile land and the sun and the beautiful women and the wine and the crop. You know what I mean? It's like the medieval France of Westeros. Garland the Gallant, the chivalrous knight. But there's an extra layer to it, which is he wasn't just called that because he's a brave knight. He was called that by his older brother. When Garland the Gallant, when he was a kid, he was like a fat, awkward kid, and so his older brother Willis would call him Garland the Gallant to like make him feel better, and then that stuck, and he grew into like a buff, handsome knight. So that's just a really like sweet touch.
That's adorable.
Yeah, that for me that pushes it into like A tier or B tier, maybe.
I think I thought you were gonna say between A and S. I think it's pretty good. I think A.
I'm the backstory pushes it up to A. I think from B.
Agreed. Also, I think next time we do one of these streams, we should have to like donate $1 to charity for every time we bring up alliteration.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
Let's see. Renly's Ghost is a weird one because I think he's only called this because at the Battle of the Blackwater, he is the guy wearing Renly's armor. And that's what scares the shit out of Stannis' forces. It's not great, I don't think. What do you think?
Yeah, it's fine. It's like a fun story nickname, but in terms of like Renly's, like it does. The
name itself.
Yeah, like it's not cool for here. It's not cool for you to be called someone else's ghost because you wore their army. You know, that's like
yeah. C or D? What do you think?
I'm gonna go D actually.
Okay, I'm good with that. Okay, I think we're continuing Tyrells here. One of these I haven't heard, at least in a very long time, and I quite like it. We're on Loras now. He has the Knight of the Flowers, and he has one more nickname that I like kind of more than Knight of the Flowers, even as iconic as that is, which is Sir Daisy.
Now, I found Sir Daisy while researching this video. I forgot he was ever called that, but he is.
Same.
Yeah, I mean, Knight of Flowers is iconic.
Yeah,
that's a great one. The Knight of Flowers. That might be like A tier, maybe.
I was thinking B.
Knight of Flowers B.
The Knight of Flowers.
Yeah, I can go B. I can go B for that one. So Daisy is like.
That's kind of.
I don't know about that one.
That feels mildly.
It feels a certain way.
S.
That's like a. I don't know. That's like a D. Sir Daisy.
I think C. I think it's cute.
Okay. Yeah. No. It's not like a. It's not. Yeah. No. It's got a little something. It's got a bit of spice to it.
Yeah. It's got a little sparkle.
Yeah. A little glittery sparkle for sure.
This one made the thumbnail, and I was surprised it was because I forgot about it.
Yes. I'm so glad Marjorie has a nickname because it means I could put her in the thumbnail and get views. I don't know what I would have done otherwise.
That is your entire YouTube strategy.
That is my the secret to my success. Marjorie in the thumbnail. That's all you need. Little Rose. Yeah, because she's a Tyrell. That's the sigil. She's the youngest. Little Rose. It's like Little B, but kind of not as cute for some reason.
Yeah, little bees are adorable. Is the thing, and roses are like pretty, but they're also like not little animals.
I think this belongs with like Red Crab. You know. Little Rose.
Yeah, I can see that.
D tier. It's fine.
good with me. And I think we still have more Tyrells to go through.
Oh,
God, we have so many Tyrells.
oh, don't forget my boy Garth. You better not.
We're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
Don't skip ahead. No
Oh,
spoilers. We got the
yes,
Queen of Thorns,
course. Yes.
which might be S.
Technically a red wine, but technically she's not a Tyrell. She's a red wine from the Arbor. Queen of Thorns. Oh, yeah, of course that's S. There's no debate.
I think
here.
it's S.
That's one of the greatest nicknames in fantasy.
Yeah.
The Queen of Thorns. I wonder how many casual viewers thought she was like an actual queen.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish we had more Elena in the books. Every chapter she appears, I love, but it's so infrequent.
One of the greatest book to show adaptations. Like,
agreed, and it's entirely because we don't have a Tyrell viewpoint, because I think we just get so much more of her that way.
Yeah.
But I think one of the most underrated chapters in the series, I think it's Sansa 1, A Storm of Swords, where she goes and has tea time with the Tyrells. I love it.
oh yeah, no, that one really stood out. I remember reading that, and like it's like for the first time in my parents' house. I've got a weird memory of that one because like Butterbumps is singing, isn't he?
Yeah, Butterbump's like scream singing.
He's like scream singing to hide the conversation. I remember reading it being like, yo, is this scene in the show? Is this going to be in the show? But it wasn't.
It's a really good chapter because it like not only does it kind of introduce us to the Tyrells for kind of the first time, so we've only had very passing mentions and interactions in the past. It's also like seeding a lot for the future. Like that's the first time we hear the Bear and the Maiden Fair, I think.
Yes,
but
yeah.
It's just really fun. I like it.
Shout out Queen of Thorns.
Let's see. We have 2 more Tyrells. First one, Garth the Gross.
So he's not called
Alliteration.
Alliteration's nice. It's kind of like a fun. It's like the other end of the spectrum of Garland the Gallant.
Yeah.
So he's not called gross because he's large necessarily. Like gross isn't great, big.
Smell, right?
I think it's because he's flatulent, right? He just farts a lot.
I think so.
I mean,
because people think he could be the Stinky Steward.
Ooh, because he might become
the perfumed seneschal. Excuse me.
Yes, because he might become the new master of coin after.
Yes.
Harris Swift inevitably is shanked by a Bravos for wearing bright colors on the streets. Yeah,
as is like to happen in Bravos.
Garth. I mean, the fact that there's a Tyrell uncle who farts and he's called Garth the Gross, that's really stupid.
I like the thought that like he could be a rose that is known for his smell. That's pretty fun.
Oh, I guess. I don't vibe with it. I think it's yeah. I don't think it's funny.
I was thinking C.
Garth the Gross. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's got a bit more to it than D. Yeah.
Fine. I think last Tyrell, and I'm actually this is another underrated character. I think he's one of the characters I'm looking forward to getting to know and wins the most. That being Lazy Leo Tyrell.
He's literally just the college student who like keeps taking degrees because he likes the uni lifestyle, but he keeps failing everything.
Yeah, it's awesome. And also, like, he is in a very interesting role going into Wins because Marwyn is just left for Marine, and I think he's probably going to end up one of Sam's main mentors in Old Town, which is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a cool little cast of characters. You got Alaris the Sphinx, you got Lazy Leo, like...
You got Faceless Man Pate.
Like, there's a, yeah. Leo...
I think it's another instance of, like... kind of an unassuming nickname that is designed to misdirect in that, like, kind of in the Littlefinger sense. Like, yeah, he is very ostensibly lazy, but he's also at the Citadel and very visibly tied to a House of the Realm, which is not how that's supposed to work.
So I
think that through him, we might get more insight into, like, a Tyrell agenda.
Yeah, do you think there's more going on? You don't think it's just, like...
100%.
A Tyrell cousin just to make it interesting. He's at Old Town because he's so far away from like the line of succession. You think there's like we will learn more about the Tyrells through him, and yeah.
I think he's kind of gonna be the anti-Aemon in that like Aemon was so perfectly a maester.
Aemon, but young and lazy and racist.
Is he racist?
Oh, he's racist. Oh, I forgot to mention he's also a massive. Yeah, he calls Alaris like a monkey or something. Like
Jesus.
He's just full on like a.
Maybe I don't like him.
He's like a complete piece of shit in the prologue. He's just an edgy college student who keeps taking degrees.
I just remember liking his nicknames.
Oh, my tab crashed.
What?
Are we still live?
I do not know.
We're still live. Okay.
We appear to be. Great.
Let me know. Wait, let me make sure there's no buffering. Yeah, no, we're still live. Okay. I wondered if my internet had cut out there or something.
I think Lazy Leo B or C. What do you think?
Lazy Leo, I mean...
I think C.
C.
Yeah. Okay, we're out of Tyrells now. Are we good on your end?
Yeah, we're live. It's all good.
Excellent.
We are good.
Let's see. So, next up, we have Sir Blackshield, who's a Mullendor bastard.
Ah, yes. He's a Mullendor bastard who goes
That's a pretty cool name.
He goes to a couple of tourneys as a mystery knight, and that's his mystery knight name. It's Sir Blackshield.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's not a big character, but it is a fun name, Sir Blackshield.
Big vibes. I kind of like it. I think E?
B. I'm feeling B as well.
It's not quite A, but I don't know. It's not far off. Okay. After Sir Blackshield, where am I? What am I doing? Oh, we have Sam. We've got 4 nicknames. Wait, sorry, 3. You wrote Sam the Slayer twice.
Oh, I did. Oh, wait, did I?
Yes.
My bad. Is there another Sam nickname where it begins with an S? No.
Sam the Savage? Or no, that's his ancestor.
That's his ancestor.
Okay, what do you think of Sir Piggy? S?
I mean, okay, so in terms of what's the purpose of these nicknames, right? So these aren't nicknames that are like ironic. They're not nicknames that are meant to be badass. They are insults thrown at him by, an army sergeant, right? Like it's Full Metal Jacket. Like,
yeah.
He's called Sir Piggy because he's fat. So in the context of...
Except Sam the Slayer, kind of.
Sam the Slayer is... Yeah, that is ironic, but it's also double ironic because they're saying it ironically because they don't believe him, but like, as the reader, we know he actually is the Slayer. He did kill another.
Someone was there with him. It might have been Gren that like saw it happen to and knows that it's...
Honestly, okay, so here's what I think. I think Sir Piggy, as an insult, is like maybe C tier.
I'd agree with that. Lord of Ham just feels like a rip-off Lord Snow. I like Sir Piggy more.
Honestly, I'm the other way around. I was about to say Lord of Ham goes hard. Are you kidding me? The Lord of Ham?
It does?
Ooh, I'd follow that man into battle. I'd follow the Lord of Ham into battle. I'd be on the front lines with my sword. You kidding me?
I don't know.
The Lord of Ham of House Tarly charging against the Dornish scum? I'd be on the front lines. I'd die for that man. What are you talking about?
I think I could see it as C.
C? Lord of Ham on C? Lord of Ham is B at the least. Lord of Ham is
D,
B at the
maybe?
least. Lord of Ham is B. Give me this.
I will put it in B.
Lord of Ham? Nah, that's cooler than Lord Snow even.
What? Sam the Slayer, I think, is the best of his nicknames.
Yeah. Sam the Slayer...
A? Maybe? A or B?
B. It doesn't quite go hard enough to be A, but like, yeah, the irony of it elevates it.
Okay, so we're done with Sam. We have 2 very important characters here. Those being Horror and Slobber, the Redwine twins.
Yes. Their actual names are Horus and Hobber, right?
Yes.
And they're called Horror and Slobber just because, I don't know, because they're awkward, goofy
I think that's
teenagers.
just Cersei's internal monologue.
Yeah. I think that's like their nicknames.
It might have been that before, too. I just remember my Cersei reread.
I'm sure they're like openly just called that. Like, people just fucking bully them. Wait, let me check.
S?
Sahara.
S for Slobber, F for Horror.
According to this, he's called... Horus is called Sahara in A Game of Thrones.
What?
Yeah. Wait, let me just double check. What about his, What about Hobber? And then Hobber is also called A Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah, they are in Sansa's 5th chapter.
Yeah, Cersei wasn't being mean.
These poor kids.
Horror and Slobber. Yeah, sorry, what were you saying? Horror and Slobber.
Slobber S, Horror F.
What a ridiculous statement. These are twins, they stay together. Come on.
Okay.
Horus becoming horror and Hobber becoming slobber, that is kind of funny. D feels a bit harsh. I feel like this is C.
I feel like these nicknames seem a bit harsh.
Oh yeah, but we're not ranking them based on...
I know, I'm kidding.
Horus being Hobber and Hobber being slobber, like, as insult nicknames, they're fun.
Apparently, InGen brings up a good point in the chat that they bully Sam, apparently, in childhood. So I don't feel bad for them anymore.
Yeah. Put them in C. I mean, yeah, I feel like it's even overdoing it, you know, for nicknames. Like someone called...
I think C is good.
Horus, you call him Horror, that's a bit much.
Slobber. It looks like the name is just Slobber Horror, but I'm okay with that. Okay. Next up, let's see. What do we got? Hobber and Slor, done. What? Is this a nickname or a title?
What is it?
The Queen's Hand for Axel Florent.
I guess that is a nickname. It's not a title, because the Queen never doesn't have a hand. It's Axel Florent.
People are gonna see this on the list and think we're talking about Barristan.
Yeah, no. It's this is Axel Florent. He gives this to himself. He refers to himself as this. It's not an official title. He's basically like, this is my niece. And you know, I'm her right hand man. I'm the Queen's hand, but it is an epithet. It's not like it's not an official title. He is not the hand of the Queen, I think.
That said, as a title or even as a nickname, pretty good.
In a vacuum, it goes hard, but in context of like him being like, I'm the Queen's hand, it's like, shut the fuck up. That's not.
Wasn't there... Yeah, in this context, it's bad. Was it? But, like, Hand of the King, Hand of the Queen, just, like, incredible.
Honestly, does this belong here? I'm trying to work out if this belongs here.
I think we should save it for ranking for Barristan.
Yes, yeah.
Because I think that's a better indication.
Yeah, he's a self-styled Queen's hand. Ignore that.
Didn't some other, like, fantasy author, like, think that those were like a real position and used it in their like writing?
Maybe.
I feel like I remember reading that on Twitter.
They like accidentally ripped off.
Yes, or maybe accidentally, air quotes. The Fool of Florent, which is Imry Florent.
Is it Davos who calls him that, or maybe Stannis?
Maybe.
This is.
It sounds Stannis to me.
This is because Imry Florent fucks up Blackwater.
It was indeed Stannis.
Yeah. He's the admiral during the Battle of Blackwater, and he fucks up, obviously. So he's the Fool of Florent. Yeah, nice. I'm gonna say the A word. Nice alliteration. Fool of Florent. C. Yeah, that's a C for me.
Alrighty, next up
for me.
Oh no! What did I do? Hold on.
When are we ranking every single A Song of Ice and Fire character?
Old Man of Old Town. I actually kind of like that. I didn't like it till I said it.
Leighton Hightower, right?
Yes.
Old Man of Old Town. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I don't have much to say.
It's not like S tier, but I like it.
Yeah, Old Man of Old Town. It's a C or a B, I think.
The more I hear it, the more I like it.
The Old Man of Old Town. Ooh, I know what you mean. It sounds better than it reads.
Right? I don't know. It doesn't read well because it's like Old Man, 2 words, Old Town, 1 word.
Yeah.
I feel a
B? Is this a B?
I'm feeling... I think when I first said it, I was thinking B. Now I'm feeling A.
I think A might be too much. I can't put this next to Mother Merciless.
Old Man of Old Town?
I'm B. I'm gonna go B. Let's go B.
Okay.
Let's not go crazy. It's not. I wouldn't follow him into battle. I'd follow the Lord of Ham into battle. I'm not following the Old Man of Old Town into battle.
Next up, we have Baelor Brightsmile.
Let's go. We talked about him last time.
Baelor? We forgot about him. Another nickname here, didn't we?
Did I not write it down? Did I not write his?
You
other
did
one
not
down?
write it down.
We can add that afterwards.
Okay.
So Baelor, he's a high tower. I guess he just has a really nice smile. Baelor Brightsmile is a great name, honestly.
Yes.
That's great. And then the mocking twist of that is Breakwind, which is, I think, Baelor Breakwind is more a riff on the Baelor Breakspear, the Targaryen.
Yeah, if there
king.
isn't Baelor Breakspear beforehand, this does not work nearly as well. Considering that there is Baelor Breakspear, it's pretty great.
Excuse me. I've been
Apparently it killed Haven.
poisoned by my enemies. Isn't this book series cool that someone uses a different historical Baelor to mock a current Baelor? That's just so fun. Anyway, so Baelor Brightsmile is like, I think they belong on the same tier, these two, because Baelor Brightsmile sounds great, and Baelor Breakwind is a great roast. Sorry, I talked over you.
I think you're right in that they should both be in the same tier. Do you think both A or both B?
Excuse me. A. I'm gonna go A.
I agree.
I think Baelor Brightsmile just goes very hard.
I will spoil the historical rankings for people a little bit. I am going to be advocating hard for Baelor Breakspear in S tier.
You will probably not get much resistance from me on that one.
Right.
We'll have to see when we reach it.
Yeah. So actually, next one I kind of like too. The high towers have kind of been cooking here, honestly.
Someone said that one fart destroyed a kingdom.
That is true.
He could have married Elia.
the Mad Maid.
We know nothing about her except she's hiding away in the high tower with her father and she's cooking up some spells.
But Melora the Mad Maid.
Don't say the A word. Don't say it.
I won't.
What is this? This is... Ooh. Is that A? Speaking of A word...
It might be A.
I think this might be... Melora the Mad Maid is really cool.
That's strong.
I mean, just the Mad Maid on its own is pretty cool, but Melora the Mad Maid? Oh, we're such a sucker for alliteration. That's all we need.
Yeah.
Oh, I said it. God damn it.
Okay. Continuing along, we have 3 names left. Oh my god, high towers are going crazy. We have one that I might think is S tier. And then it's followed by 2 that are terrible, and you were wrong about being out of Renly's Rainbow Guard.
Oh no.
Garth Greysteel.
Garth Greysteel. Ooh,
That's like a fantasy book protagonist, I feel like.
Garth Greysteel. Ooh. I feel like S is slightly too generous.
That's true. We've been very stingy this stream. We have had 2 S tiers.
We have high standards. Garth.
That is true.
Garth Greysteel. Oh, it is good. A. It's not quite S for me. It's like a high A.
You're right. I think if the first name were better, it would be an easy S tier.
I mean, I think the first name is kind of great. Garth is a great name. Garth Greysteel. That goes so well. Ooh. I like it.
I don't know. I might circle back on that one. Let's see. And then are you excited? Are you pumped?
Is this a Rainbow Guard one?
Or Parman Purple?
Let's go. Okay, well that's S tier.
And then don't get too excited now.
Let's see.
We have Emin the Yellow.
Oh my god, there were 2 more. There were 2 more. Oh my god. I mean,
Parman Crane and Emin Koi?
Kai, I think.
Koi? I've never seen this name before.
First off, it should have been, I don't know why we're surprised, like 7 members of a Kingsguard. Emin the Yellow.
Emin is going in F.
He's going right next to Bryce the Orange, yeah. Those are unacceptable. Parman the Purple deserves to be higher because of...
I think E.
No, if we have Gaillard the Green in D, I think we can have Parman the Purple in D.
Okay.
And Borman the Blue.
Someone in chat just said Emmon the Lemon, and that would have been an easy S tier.
That would have been high S. That would have been better than Kingslayer. Emmon the
Agreed.
Lemon. Lemon Cloak should be called Emmon the Lemon.
Yeah, change his name to Emmon.
Oh, actually, when we do the commoners, Lemon Cloak is going in F.
Really?
I despise that name.
I do not mind Lemon Cloak.
I despise that name with every fiber of my being.
So, okay, we are done with the Reach.
Oh.
We have about 20 mintes.
I need a cigarette. Oh,
we
do.
The North and Essos left.
Oh my god. Should we rapid fire this? Do we even have time? Let's do it. Let's go north.
I think we can get through one of those.
Let's do north and finish off Westeros.
Okay, and then we can do like history and Essos.
Yes.
Okay. We're gonna do this. Let's see. First up, one Lord Eddard Stark, the Quiet Wolf.
Yes, he's not very often...
I've never quite liked this one.
He's rarely called it. I can't even remember when he is called it.
It's in Mira Reed's story about Harrenhal.
Oh yes, we're counting those, aren't we? Quiet Wolf. Yeah, it's fine. It's yeah.
Something like C.
C. You know what? I missed one. There's another one for Ned.
Yeah?
That the Mountain Clans call him.
What is it?
The Ned. The Ned.
S?
Come on. The Ned is S tier.
It's not, but
The
it's
Ned.
good.
Would you charge behind the Ned?
I would.
Let's
but
go.
I think A.
Let's go A. I love the passion behind it. The Ned.
The Ned. Okay. Robb Stark now has two. One of which I kind of like. The Young Wolf, I think, is kind of basic. No?
Yeah, it's very simple. It's very, like, you know, the Young Wolf. I think it's... There was another Young, wasn't there? The Young Falcon. I think it's better than Young Falcon, but I think that's just because Robb...
Oh, for sure.
I might just be saying that because Robb's a more important character, and him being young is kind of important. Like,
yeah.
Like, he is a teenager leading a rebellion, leading a war for independence. The Young Wolf. It's simplistic, but I think it works. But it's not super cool. Young Wolf for me is...
I would say B or C.
Yeah. Young Wolf...
I think C.
C. I was about to say C.
And then The King Who Lost the North.
That goes hard. That's a good one.
It's pretty good.
As an insulting nickname, The King Who Lost the North. Yeah. Because sometimes when you have nicknames that are like multiple words, it can get clunky, but this isn't clunky.
I think it's the monosyllabic element there.
Yeah. The King Who Lost the North. Oh, that's like, is that B or A for me?
I was thinking A.
Let's go A.
The King in the North is a title, so we will not be ranking that.
We could do that for another stream, ranking titles.
Yes.
Beyond just
Sansa only has one because we are not including secret identities or false identities. That is why we will not be spending 50 hours on Arya.
Yeah.
Sansa's called Little Bird by the Hound.
Yeah. If we were doing nicknames, then we would have Ariston Whitebeard, as you call him.
Yeah.
That's nuts. That's like Mandela effect.
I stand by the fact that is genuinely what I thought until just this past whatever day that was, Wednesday.
You're still learning new things about Song of Ice and Fire after all these years. That's nuts.
Yep. You guys, actually, I was going to say, what is it? This Thursday is 5,000 days since A Dance with Dragon was released.
Oh my god. And about 5 days before Winds is released, which is...
True.
Very true.
Little Bird, what do you think?
Talk me through Little Bird. Talk me through this one.
So it's like a pet name that the Hound gives Sansa. I think it's sweet. It's nice. It's kind of good coming from the Hound. It's one of the first, like, his relationship with Sansa is kind of what opens us up to the fact that this is a human guy who cares about things and is somewhat of a protector. That said, I hope you didn't hear that car behind me. Oh, you definitely heard that.
It's very quiet. Whatever's I think happening is very quiet, don't worry.
Okay, excellent. I would say it's a little basic. And also it doesn't super apply to Sansa. Like no heraldry or I don't know, she's not much of a bird. Right?
Yeah, no, there's. I guess you could have draw some parallels to her kind of being like a caged bird, that
That's a good
she's
point.
trying to fly free. Yeah, I quite like it honestly. You could even link it to her moving to the Vale, and then there's the whole potentially marrying Harry the Heir and the Arryns, and you know, I don't think it's super powerful, but like, I don't think it's bad. I think it's like a C.
Yeah. I think B.
B, okay. Let's go B.
Also, I accidentally deleted Mother of Dragons, so I need to add that back.
Someone said bird is British slang. No, it is. Yes, it is. A bird
Okay.
is a woman. A bird.
We've got 3 here for Arya, all of which are bangers, I think.
Ooh.
Horseface,
Horseface. And then again, she has a bunch of identities. We're not doing identities.
Underfoot,
Mm.
and, of course, Lumpy Head.
Let's go. These were all my names in school. If we did titles,
What
there'd
do you
be like
think?
50. She's got so many false identities. And
Oh, God, yeah.
so the best one of these is Arya Underfoot.
Lumpy Head.
Now, Arya Underfoot is that's a
Arya Underfoot's pretty good.
yeah. Horseface. I mean, how are we even? How are we measuring these? Like,
Good question.
as like insults? As how
I
cool
guess.
they
I
sound?
guess.
Because Horseface is kind of generic. Arya Horseface. That's like eh.
I think D.
Yeah, D.
Lumpy Head, S.
Lumpy Head is kind of funny.
I think C.
Yeah, C for Lumpy Head. Underfoot, I think I'm happy to go B for that one actually. Like Arya
with
Underfoot because she's always like in the way. She's always underfoot. That's actually really cute.
Right next to Darkstar.
Where she belongs.
Okay, now we are on. I have a question for you.
Yes.
Who has a better story? Bran the Broken.
That is indeed how he's referred to in the book. That's not a show only thing. Some people were like
Yes.
Benioff and Weiss were being insensitive or something. Like no, he's referred to that in the books. Bran thinks himself as this, right?
Yes.
Bran the Broken. So we have to look at the context here. This is Bran thinking of himself as Bran the Broken.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, alliteration, right? Brr for Anne and Oak and for Bran and Broken.
And also being like a play on all of the previous Bran the Blanks
Yes.
in Stark history.
Yes.
And it's also like it's not only that his spine is broken, his legs no longer work. It's that his dreams are kind of broken, that he'd always wanted to be a knight, and that's no longer an option for him.
The great kings of the past are like Brandon the Builder, and now he's Bran the Broken. I think in that sense it should be quite high. I think it's quite a powerful nickname he thinks of himself. I don't think it's like one that sticks with him. I think he only thinks about it in the first book, right?
I think you're right. I think maybe once in Storm, if memory serves, but I could be wrong on that.
I don't think it will be brought back when he becomes king, because that doesn't really make sense that he'd be.
I think it would have been if not for the show, but I don't think it will be.
I see. But the thing is, why would it be that? Because like physically broken, yeah, but broken means more than that. And so if he actually becomes king and is trying to like solve the mess of the realm, why would he be called the Broken? It would just purely be a physical
I could see two
thing.
different angles for it. If it is one angle is him being very depersonalized as he is in the show, maybe his personhood is broken by all of this magic. And the other angle is maybe it's kind of more of a facade, like a Littlefinger, like a Laris Clubfoot.
Oh, I see.
Like he wants to be thought of as broken.
But yeah, it did kind of become a meme when it happened in the show.
Yeah,
because there was no build up in the
B
show.
or
It hadn't
A.
been mentioned before, so everyone was just randomly like, "Who has a better story than Bran the Broken?" It's like, you dickhead, why are you calling me that? What the hell? Just
Yeah.
what the hell?
And also, the only kind of semi-reference to it in the show was, I mean, the Tyrion cripples, bastards, and broken things.
That's true. Yeah, there is something there.
Yeah, but I think B or A. What do you think?
Bran the Broken. Let's go B.
Okay. was gonna say, if people had just seen the show and saw that, they might get angry
Yeah,
if we put it very high. Okay. Sorry, it's taking more and more time to rearrange things to actually fit them. We're almost to the Sarks. We have one more. We have Jon Snow, of course, Lord Snow. Tell me about this one.
Okay, this should be quite high actually. So Lord Snow is a nickname given to him by Alistair Thorne, mockingly, like Lord Snow. Basically, you're a bastard, you're a Snow, but you're acting so much better than everyone. Sorry, my Lord Snow. And it hits him hard because he is insecure about being a bastard. He has had dreams about being a Stark. He has a dream about killing Robb and becoming the Lord of Winterfell, and then he feels horrible when he wakes up. And then like this is explored even more when Stannis is like, I can offer to legitimize you and make you Lord Stark, and then you can rally the North around you, and he's like, Lord Snow would become Lord Stark. So it's a really, not only is it just
it's really key to the character.
It's so key, like. In a vacuum, it sounds really cool as well. Lord Snow.
You've talked me to S, I think, on this one.
This might be S. Honestly, Lord Snow.
I think it is.
Let's do it. Let's do it. And then, I don't know. I don't know if he does become King of the North, like in the show, would he be King Snow?
I mean, we already have that. That should be on this list, given that the Raven calls him that.
King Snow. Ooh. I'm not gonna count the Ravens as.
I know.
Arbiters of truth here.
We'd have to include King Corn too.
Yeah, King Corn. Ooh.
Yeah.
That kind of slaps. All right, the Leech Lord. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I know we just did an S. I'm feeling S.
I don't know. The Leech. Okay, ooh. It does. I don't know. It's a little Halloween-y, I feel like.
Do you remember who we're talking about here? We are talking about we're talking about Dracula.
That is true.
Leech. Oh, he's also known as Lord Leech. He's called Lord Leech and the Leech Lord.
I like the Leech Lord more.
Yeah, so I kind of included that one because I think that's the more iconic one. He's also called Lord of Leeches. Leech Lord for me is okay. If you don't, what do you think then? I'm thinking S.
I think, if I'm being honest, the Bastard of Bolton, I think is better than the Leech Lord.
I think they're both excellent. Honestly, maybe I'm just becoming delirious. I would say S to both of those.
I don't think we can do S for both.
Okay. How about...
We need to pick our battles here.
How about Leech Lord A, Bastard of Bolton S?
I'm good with that.
Because Bastard of Bolton goes so hard.
It really does. That's the thing. I know we already have Bastard of Night Song in S, but like... I don't know. The Bastard of anything.
Yeah. Generally
pretty good.
But if you can get that second word to be cool. Because, like, it's Bastard of Bracken is similar. But something about Bastard of Bolton just... I don't know. The word Bolton just hits differently.
Yeah, it's the double B, I think. And it's the... Yeah, it's just really good. I think we have another S tier upcoming here.
Oh, yeah. He's got a lot of them. Wyman's got a lot.
He's got one in particular that is obviously, I think, the most iconic.
Let's go. Yeah, he's got Lord Lamprey because he likes lamprey pie. Lord Too Fat to Sit a Horse. And then
it's that one, right?
Yeah, Lord Too Fat to Sit a Horse is like the iconic one.
I think that's S.
And Lord Too Fat to Sit a Horse. I mean... It's kind of not a great name because it's just like a run-on sentence. Lord Too Fat to Sit a Horse, but it is very iconic.
It so great.
Lord Too Fat.
I think S tier needs at least one Stannis insult.
Lord Too Fat to Sit a Horse.
And it's so iconic, right?
It is iconic. Let's do it. S tier. I will say underrated Lord Lard. I like Lord Lard.
Lord Lard's pretty good too. I think that's A.
That's A. Lord Lamprey, because he likes lamprey pies, also cool. That's also good. Alliteration, another joke about his love of food. I think Lord Lamprey should be with Lord Lard, actually.
Yeah, we've got alliteration corner over here in A with Lord Lamprey, the Leech Lord, Lord Lard, and the Lightning Lord.
Let's go.
Okay, we are almost through the north. We have we have a bit more. We have 2 more houses of people and Jojen for some reason. Let's see.
What do you mean for some reason? Jojen doesn't count?
I didn't realize he had a nickname.
You know it. You know it. He's got a great nickname.
Okay, these 2 are pretty basic. The she-bear and the old bear.
Yeah, what's that? That's like D tier.
That's Mage and Jor Mormont.
That's like D for me.
I would agree. I actually quite rate Jorah the Andal, though. I don't like Jorah as a character in the books.
No, I'm clipping you saying you rate Jorah the Andal.
Great.
Quinn exposed.
I'm talking about the show just because he's hot in the show.
God damn it, you got away with it. Jorah, yeah, I like Jorah the Andal. I like the irony of it.
It sounds pretty good, right?
It sounds badass, and also it's just kind of funny that the Dothraki see a white guy and they're like, oh, it must be an Andal. Like, he's a first man, but they assume he's an Andal because they've never met a first man before. Like,
I never put that together. That's excellent.
Yeah, because he's not an Andal. He's a first man. But, like, in Essos, they're like, well, lots of them haven't seen a first man. They just see a white guy. They're like, oh, you must be the Andal. You know, if there's, like, a white tourist in a foreign country, a lot of the times, the assumption is that they're American. It's always like, oh, are you from America? It's like that.
Yeah. What do you think? Where's Jorah the Andal going?
It sounds cool. I remember it stood out a lot when I read it. The irony behind it is funny. Maybe B or A.
I was thinking A.
Let's go A. The more rushed for time we are, the more generous we are, I noticed.
That tends to be the case.
The less nitpicky we are.
Little Grandfather is adorable. I don't think it'll rate very high, though.
No, I think it should rate. I love Little Grandfather. That's like... I remember Nerd Soup did a video. I'm pretty sure they said that sounds like a rap name, you know? Little Grandfather.
Yeah, that's not unfair.
Like a young kid being called Little Grandfather. That's cool. I'm not gonna say it's super high. That's like, that's B for me. That's B, actually. Little Grandfather.
I would say B is good. What do you think of the Great John and the Small John?
I really like this little naming convention for the Umbers. Great John, Small John. And of course, again, we love a bit of irony. Small John is actually bigger than his father, the Great John, I think. Actually, no, I don't think he is actually.
I don't think he's bigger, but I think they're near the same size.
Great John, Small John. I really like that actually.
Yeah.
The Great John.
A?
Honestly, I think Great John is A. Small John doesn't sound as cool.
Yeah, I think A and B.
Yeah.
Because I get Small John is ironic, but it does sound a little worse.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's do that. And we got 2 left. Both Umbers. Both, honestly, pretty good.
Yeah. I know. These are the uncles.
Moore's Crowfood Umber. And Hother Horserbane Umber.
Ooh, they are both amazing nicknames with amazing backstories. So the backstory for Crowfood is that Moore's like passed out drunk in the snow and a crow like plucked his eye out. So Moore's grabbed it in fury and bit its head off, and so he's known as Crowfood. And then Hother Horsebane, his story is that he was in Old Town studying and a whore tried to rob him after they spent the night together, and so he like gutted her. But some people say, well, it wasn't actually a female prostitute, it's actually a male one. But Horsebane, I think, oh my god, they're both so good. And because of the stories behind them as well. If it weren't for the stories behind them, it wouldn't be as...
They might be S?
Horsebane is definitely S. Hother Horsebane goes so hard. Crowfood, ooh, Crowfood Umber.
Crowfood's pretty great.
Because he bit a crow's head off because it plucked his eye out. Ooh.
Yeah, R.I.P. Crowfood.
Honestly, let's put them both in S. Let's do it. They belong together. They belong together.
You were right about us getting more generous, but...
Crowfood
is probably the weirdest, like, semi-confirmed death we have for wins.
Yes, his head is on a spike in a background...
In the Osha fragment.
In the Osha fragment, which is like a picture of George in front of his monitor, and there's in the background, his monitor's looking blurry, and people tried to enhance it, and they found a description of a one-eyed, bearded man's head on a spike with the Frey army, and the implication is that he was...
It could be Bloodraven.
It could be. We
do have a super chat here before we end.
Oh, we do. Yo, had to hold a live stream while I'm at work. It says Pioneer 10. I apologize.
Sorry.
You can listen.
Why are you
to it
working
at
on a
least.
Sunday?
Why are you working on a Sunday? Closed on Sunday. You my Chick-fil-A.
No, I offer no judgment. I've worked on Sunday many a time.
I work on Sundays because I'm a YouTuber. I
Ooh,
don't
the
rest.
grind never stops.
I don't rest. The grind never stops. Oh, we
In high school,
Yeah.
I worked at Rite Aid and worked weekends, which was not fun. What were you saying?
I was gonna say we have missed someone. One person.
Have we?
One more person.
Okay.
Bonifer Hasty in the Riverlands.
Uh,
Perhaps the greatest nickname of all.
what is it?
Sir Bonifer the Good.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's gotta be I mean, I don't know. Like
E?
E tier.
Yeah, sorry, Bonifer.
Sorry, Bon. Okay.
And InGen Rite Aid does not still exist, but it did when I was in high school.
I don't actually know what it is.
It's like a drugstore. I was a cashier, and I
Ah.
unloaded the truck.
When you said it, I was like, "Oh, you worked for some like aid organization?" Like, I thought you were like flexing. No. Yes. Okay. So there we go. We're both busy. This was a shorter stream than usual. I say that, it's nearly 2 hours. We got to do more live streams. We got this. Next time we'll be going through Essos. The Essos. There are some stupid ones in Essos, and
we'll probably get to some historical ones.
Yes, we could probably do Essos and historical. Probably.
Or Essos and titles. TBD.
Yes, we shall see. We shall see. And then of course
you do have one more super
commoners.
chat before we end.
Ah, okay.
Oh, that's an excellent point.
That is a very good point. Thank you for the super chat from DRT is King, who says, "Isn't Bloodraven alive from the Riverlands?" That's a good point. He's a historical character, but he is technically alive because he is the man in the tree. God damn. No, that's true. That's true.
What do we think of Bloodraven?
I mean, S, obviously.
Honestly, I think so.
Bloodraven? Come on.
It's a lot better than the Three-Eyed Crow or Three-Eyed Raven.
Okay.
Do we need to rank those two?
Oh, right. Yeah, we do actually.
Three-Eyed Raven is not a thing in the book, so it's just
Yeah, Three-Eyed Crow for the show, right? No, for the books.
Three-Eyed Crow.
It's cool. It's not quite Bloodraven. It's cool.
Yeah, I'd say B.
It's also not confirmed that he is the Three-Eyed Crow, technically.
True.
Technically.
That could be Bran.
Yeah.
I think B.
Yeah, let's go B.
Put it like upper end of B. But with that, I think I probably have to sign off here.
Yes, there we go. Thanks for watching. We'll be doing more live streams, going through all the many other nicknames in the future. Subscribe to Quinn the GM. Have you recently released a video about cats? That's fun.
Yes, about the ways Tommen might die in winds. I also just recorded the next winter is coming, which is the first in a couple months. So look out for that too.
And I recently made a video comparing show Barristan and book Barristan called The Real Barristan, so check that one out. And the next video I'll be working on is breaking down the Battle of Fire in animated format. So that'll be lots of fun. So yeah, like, subscribe, check out the Patreon, check out Quinn's channel, check out Quinn's Patreon. Links should all be in the description. I'll edit that stuff in. And I'll see you next time. And watch out for April Fools, because I think we've all got some fun stuff coming. Take care.
Yeah. It's going to be great.
Let me just double check. Yes, that's everything. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
And yeah, stream finished.
Excellent. I have